Welcome everyone back to the channel. This is John and Jenna with Flippin' Ain't Easy. And I gotta tell you, I am dead beat. And I'll tell you why here in a bit. But we just got through, well, I'll show you why here in a bit. But I'll tell you why now. We just got through finishing literally like 20 minutes ago this shed that we put up behind our house. And I'll give you guys a sneak peek as to what the finished product looks like here in a little bit. But I want to start off with a concern that I think that a lot of us have, and it's really going to throw a wrench into your game if eBay does this across the board. And what am I talking about? Well, it kind of stems back to Primo and Spam, how they have their other account, an established account, where they had some unusual activity, meaning that maybe they're selling $5, $10, $50 items, and they have this $4,000 deal that they did on the account. And that's unusual activity to eBay. And that caused them to throw not a temporary restriction on their account, but a permanent restriction on their account. Meaning that if for all transactions here on out, everything, even the $5 ones, if they make a sale, they have to ship it, and the item arrives, and then 3 days after the delivery scan will eBay now make the funds available to your account. And this is a practice that Amazon does. I mean, if you're an Amazon seller, you know what this is like. You have, for the most part, a 2-week hold on your funds, and then at first it's even another 2-week on top of that. So you won't even get your first payment for a month. And so you're constantly being paid like 2 weeks behind. Now a lot of people say, I don't know how much interest can be drawn off of this. I'm not an economist. I don't know what the impact is. I'm sure it's pretty big, but it's frustrating nonetheless. And it makes me kind of wonder, the question I have, aside from the monetary side of things, is really why? I mean, they have our information. It's not like we're going to sell something and run off. And especially you're talking and establish an account. So if you have established account, there is no reason for eBay to do this kind of thing. And this is one of the points that I tried to make with eBay when I was at eBay Open. This is what makes established sellers feel like we're not worth anything. And I hate to say that, I hate to feel that way, but how else are you supposed to feel? And what can happen now if this is pushed across the board? Maybe in a year, maybe 2 years from now, maybe less. But what's going to happen? It's going to throw a wrench into a lot of sellers. If you're counting on that money for that turnaround, you may not see, with slow delivery times, you may not even see that money for 2, 3, maybe sometimes 4 weeks before you see that money hit your account. And all the while, you were counting on that. So it's almost like you're going to have to be operating to make reselling work. You're going to have some expenses put aside, and you really can't rely on the money anymore, because you don't know when that money's going to, not be available to you. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to see a message from eBay saying, we've determined that your account is on a hold. Now, I want to go over this article that e-commerce Bytes Ina Steiner put out. eBay continues rollout of longer payment holds. eBay is holding on to sellers' funds for a longer period of time, a practice that small businesses on all marketplace says puts a squeeze on their cash flow. eBay has been informing sellers on a rolling basis this year that it'll only release their funds 3 days after it confirms their orders have been delivered. And there's a recent article about the Amazon thing that we kind of talked about. We're not going to go into that. As eBay's delivery date reserve policy, a reader forwarded an email from eBay they received over the weekend informing him of the change to his account. And the email says, your funds will be available for payout once we receive delivery confirmation. We are making changes to the way we process payments on eBay. Now that doesn't seem like it's a one-off, one-person kind of message, right? Just from the first sentence there. Seems like they're trying to roll it out for everyone. But going forward, we'll make your funds available for payout within 72 hours after we've confirmed delivery of the item. Till then, you'll see a hold on your funds. This process helps keep our marketplace safe. Or does it keep your wallet padded, eBay? How does it keep your marketplace safe? I mean, that makes me wonder how many people that have established accounts have sold something and run off. I don't know. If you have any questions or concerns, just get in touch. Thanks for being part of the eBay community. The letter applies to the individual seller, but the seller explained, when I called customer service, I was told this is a new policy which was implemented on September 22nd, 2025, about 3 weeks ago, and that all sellers will be subject to it. Indeed, all my funds from the sales over the past 2 days are on hold. Did anyone else get this message? Imagine what this would do to our cash flow. How many sellers out there would have cash flow issues if this comes rolling onto your account tomorrow? Like for instance, it's not happening to Primo and Spam across the board within all of their accounts, but it's just hitting their one account for now. So I don't know. They're citing a policy that was implemented September 22nd. If this is a policy change that was implemented September 22nd, you can rack this in the column of this is an opportunity eBay could have had to communicate to the sellers at eBay Open. Hey, all these good things are happening, but just know, okay, we've heard you here, but we're changing these things here. Because the reason why they didn't want to introduce this at eBay Open is because they didn't want to have to answer the question as to why. Because it's not enough, in my opinion, to say this process helps keep our marketplace safe when that doesn't mean a damn thing.
Safe from who?
I don't understand. Anybody have an idea of how that can make a marketplace safe? I mean, really, here's the thing. I know eBay doesn't like this channel. It doesn't like channels like this because they don't like the pushback. They like happy, rah, go, eBay, we love you, eBay channels. And don't get me wrong, there's a side of me that does really appreciate eBay. But right now, this is the part of the lack of communication and the underhandedness that I really feel needs to be addressed by eBay, but yet they won't because they are afraid of the pushback. This is why they won't announce these things at a large event like eBay Open, because they want it to be all positive and happy and roses and strawberries. But guess what, guys? I'm not happy about this, and it hasn't even hit my account yet. I'm not happy about this, not because it's going to hurt my business, because I have money aside. It's going to hurt other people's business. And you might say, well, why do you care about other people's business? Because I care about the community. This is what this channel is for. There's other channels like this as well. We talk about things like this because it does impact the community. And unfortunately, they'll come out and tell us about how things are and why things are when it's a good change, right? They'll come out and tout, like Jamie Iannone came out and said, after 5 years, here's all of my accomplishments. But one accomplishment, Jamie, you cannot tout is your communication skills. Because if that was a highlight of that 5-year accomplishment, we would all feel a little bit differently. And you could still implement these changes. I think you just have to be upfront with us. And the opportunity was at either eBay Open, both US and UK. And I'm willing to... They had an opportunity when we talked about spams at eBay Open. We had an expert there, and he had this look on his face like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. Here, take my LinkedIn and have them send me a message. I'll take care of it right away. It's not a right way. It's as designed. So the answer to Primo and Spam situation is they are the first cogs in this wheel that are now affected by this new policy change that they didn't want us to know about. So don't know about you guys, but my advice, and this is, I'm only putting it out there, what I would do is I would start putting as much money as you can aside so that your business is not negatively impacted when you, for whatever reason, get that message, it says it's policy now, where you're not getting paid right away. So just want to put that out there. It'd be a good idea for us to get ahead of this by making the key changes that we have to make to our business. And for some, it's going to be tough, but it's something that I would hope that we try to do. Whether it's taking 15, 20% of your profits and putting it aside and bite the bullet, take a little bit less. So who do we have here? I don't know if we have. Let me try something real quick because I'm trying to see if I have all the chat here. I don't think I do. See, it cut me off. So I can acknowledge that Keith was first. It's not. See, that's not giving me the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's only showing me Brenda. So hello, Brenda. Nice to see you. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Derek W. Pat was here. Thomas S. hit the like button, and he said he won't be here for the live on Friday. And I don't know if I am or not either, because I'm going to be out of town again. I have a meeting that requires, it's a meeting on Saturday. It's a golf and a meeting. It's about golf. It's a little thing that we do every year, that meeting. And I mean, she doesn't understand. Like, it's like if there was a makeup meeting, she would definitely know.
Attending.
She would definitely know if she was in a little makeup club, which she's not. But if she had one, and she was in charge of,
it's all not that important anymore, like it used to be. I literally threw this on in 20 minutes, and normally it takes me longer. So I don't want to hear it.
So I don't know why, like I said, this is showing me only the messages when I first set this thing up, but I'll try to not skip because I have another thing that shows me the messages. Gina Hohensi says, I just had a FedEx package that never did get scanned. I had a horrible time tracking it down. The buyer never did give feedback. I threatened to file a police report, and FedEx sent me a pic of box at door. That's interesting, but they never scanned it, huh? Now, who is complaining? Did the buyer reach out and say, hey, I didn't get it? Because I would say that the fact that you have the photo from FedEx is what you'd want to send the buyer. Of course, you can't control porch pirates or anything like that, so maybe send that through the eBay message system so that it's part of it, so the buyer does open an item not received. Now that's the tricky thing's going to be. The buyer opens that item not received. There's no delivery scan. Is that photo going to be enough for eBay? And that's where I have my doubts. So you didn't mention if they open an item not received, but that's a critical component of that. There's a scan or an attempted delivery. That's what we need as sellers. So that might be something where you need to escalate to eBay. Let's see. We have Gail Carlson's with us. Nice to see you, Gail. And I'll get these messages up here on the screen in a second. It says Joseph Martin says, hello, John, Jenna, and FA family. Mix Mercantile says, hey, John and Jenna, on my way back from the casino, Cache Creek, California. Another great week, up 53%.
Wow.
Over the last 30 days. That's awesome. And then we have, I'm getting caught up to where I can show you the messages here, but Gail says, figured out this last week why buyers get mad at sellers. Bought an item, received it, was dropped, shipped from Amazon, completely wrong item. Contacted the seller as a courtesy, told me nothing. He could do nothing about it, or he could do about it. Filed a return, and fourth day, and nothing from him.
Wow.
So, yeah, if you bought an item, see, it's one of those things where you would actually do an INAD. And then you'll end up, the buyer's going to have to provide you with a return label to send back whatever you did get, and it's going to be the seller's problem, not yours. Derek says, that stinks to Gail's situation. I'm trying to get off of here. Okay. Jimmy Crack Corn. I don't care. Been experiencing payment holds until 3 days after delivery since February. It's garbage. Yet, it's a practice that was put into play only, the 25th of September, and you've been dealing with it since February? That sucks.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
And I think we're getting close to...
Yeah, I think you...
Did I pass? Maybe not. Brenda says, my question is, why would holding payments benefit eBay except for pissing off sellers? That happens when not scanned, delivered, or late delivery as in Q4? Or what happens when not scanned, delivered, or late delivery as in Q4? Well, as far as late delivery is going to delay your payment. That's if you are earmarked with this new program. Now, there's been conflicting reports like eBay Open. No, that's not a thing. And now you see the article from Ina Steiner You see the excerpt of the email message, or you saw the excerpt of the email message that the buyer presented to her. And if they're saying the way it was worded, it was like, this is going to be a new thing. This is going to be a new policy. So that means that if you have a delay in the shipment or the delivery of an item and just doesn't arrive, or it's an item not received, then you're not going to get paid at all. If the item is INR not received, you might have another 2 weeks after the buyer files an item not received case. And instead of giving a refund, you're just going to close out the case, and you're going to have to open a claim with UPS or FedEx or UPS, and you're not at all at any point going to get UPS or USPS.
You said it twice.
Okay. So you're not going to get paid. This is the way it is. Thomas S. says, payment holds are happening all over. I've been selling on Amazon for 15 years and was told payment holds are coming in March.
But for what reason? You cannot tell me it's for protection, or what did it say? Safety?
Mm-hmm.
No. What safety? Please elaborate.
So if I go into... This is an experiment.
Who sued you to make this crazy rule? What went down to make this nonsense across the board to every eBay seller? I want to know.
So I'm going to ask. They cite. What are they citing?
Safety. Go back to it.
She's not being helpful at this point. I needed someone to have a good memory.
I knew you're talking to the wrong person.
Okay.
Marketplace safety.
Okay, so I'll just put that little quote in there, and I'm going to ask our friend Grok. I'll put it in quotes, and I'll ask Grok, what can this mean? What does this mean? Keeping the marketplace safe, and to see what it says here. So let me get this comment off the screen so you can see. eBay's policy of holding a seller payouts until 72 hours after confirmed delivery is designed as a risk mitigation measure to protect both buyers and sellers from potential fraud, disputes, or delivery issues. By delaying the release of funds, eBay gives itself a buffer period to verify that the transaction completed successfully, such as confirming the buyer has received the item without filing a claim under the money-back guarantee. This reduces the chances of fraudulent sellers shipping empty boxes. Yeah, that's going to happen from an experienced seller. Non-functional items or nothing at all, and then disappearing with the payment, while also allowing time for legitimate buyer concerns like damage during transit to surface before funds are dispersed. In essence, it acts as an insurance layer against chargeback, scams, or errors that could otherwise lead to financial losses or eroded trust in the platform. For example, if a buyer reports a problem shortly after delivery, eBay can investigate and potentially withhold or reverse payment to resolve it fairly, rather than having already transferred the money to the seller. This approach is more common for new, infrequent, or higher risk sellers, but recent updates in 2025 have expanded it to more accounts as a proactive safeguard. Sellers often express frustration of the cash flow impact, especially for tracked international shipments where delivery confirmation can take weeks, but eBay frames it as essential for maintaining a safe marketplace by minimizing disputes and fraudulent activities overall. If you're affected, check your seller dashboard for specific hold reasons, as they can sometimes be shortened with positive buyer feedback or quick dispute resolution. So
even Grok was getting snarky there.
Well, is it the case of you have a few bad apples that now eBay, instead of dealing with those sellers, just want to deal with us all?
Yep.
It's a frustrating thing that businesses tend to do, where they create policies that impact all sellers, including the good ones, because of a few bad ones.
Something had to have transpired, such as a lawsuit, or something,
don't know.
to create such an absurd policy.
Now, I could see it kind of cutting back on the number of chargebacks because now the buyer will report something and then eBay will not release those funds until the case is closed, right? So now the money's still in eBay's hands. It's not being put into the hands of the bank, who generally chargebacks, it's hard to win a chargeback if you're a seller. If you're a buyer and you do all the things, you show the photos if necessary, the receipts, make a strong case as to how your rights as a credit card holder or bank customer were violated by the merchant, then it's hard for you as a seller, even with the facts, to beat that case. And maybe eBay was finding that even with the seller guarantee, they were eating too much money. I don't know. I'm guessing here, and maybe it's just simple greed where they just want to hold on to the money and make the interest. I don't know. Let's see. Thomas S. says, ever go to a record store called the Record Center? No.
He's talking to Pitco.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it before. But he didn't say he was talking to Pitco. Pitco says yes. Okay, so I know it was. You seem to know all these conversations ahead of time before they come to me. Thomas says, I scored a pair of KFC Crocs. That's awesome.
Stop it.
At a yard sale last
Stop
weekend for
it.
$20, new with tags. The guy claimed they smelled like chicken when he first got them. Scent was well worn off by now.
Wow.
Were they greasy?
Ew.
Thomas S. says, there is literally a piece of rubber chicken on the top. First thing that come to mind was dollar signs and this channel, and the one guy always talks about KFC. That's Duncan. That would be Duncan.
Wow.
Thomas says 20 into 200, not quite Barbie money, but I'll take it all day. You guys and your Barbies. Let's see.
Oh my gosh.
We've got Thomas says hit the like and got 3 sales and a bid. There you go.
Yes.
Hit that like button, get your sale within the next 24 hours. I have no idea how.
Wow. Yeah, Hannah's right.
It is. It is. What do you want me to do? Turn it down or something?
Yes.
Thomas says, I won't be here for the live on Friday. I've early access to huge private estate sale down near New York City. Can't wait. Will be my last big buy of the year. That's awesome.
Ooh, exciting. You'll have to tell us what you got.
Yeah. So yeah, I did see some of this. I must have missed them. Go down here past where I thought I was. We have Kevin Hawthorne in I'll just spill the beans. He's still in Lakeland, Florida.
He's in Florida.
Spam Banshee's with us. Nice to see you, Spam.
Hello, Spam.
And we saw that one with Jimmy Crack Corn.
Mm-hmm.
Copper Cat is with us, and Michael Mullet.
What's up, party people? Ain't no party over here, that's for sure.
Now, Michael, I gotta say, that would be a waste of a last name if you don't sport a mullet. It just is wrong.
He doesn't. Look at his...
You need a mullet, Mike.
Uh-oh. Who's now here? This is second person at our door.
It's Amazon.
Amazon. Okay.
So, Mike, you gotta have the mullet. If I had that last name, you would see just a fresh mullet. Yes, you would.
I wouldn't be married to you.
Well,
that's for
your last name wouldn't be Mullet either.
No, it wouldn't. I would never.
Casey, New York says, hello, everybody. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Thomas S. says, live just started and the dinner bell rang. Always happens.
No, you forgot Jane's Jungle Safari. Hello,
there's
Jane.
Nice to see you, Jane. Yep. John said your message to the Discord might be on interest while on the live.
Oh.
Well, okay. I'll see if I can navigate
Hello,
that.
Devon.
I'm very...
Hi,
right
Jackie.
Well, here's what I want to do. Well, I'll find your message. I want to show you guys exactly what we have been dealing with over the weekend, and I'll talk about a little bit more as to what the hell we're up to. So here it is. So here it is, guys. We literally just finished. So that's where we're going to keep it, right next to my master-built grill. And that's it. So we left a little space to walk. I have no idea what those poles are, by the way. And then come over here. And that's the shelf that I'm not sure if I'm going to use or not. I'll show you the inside here. So there's a little place you can throw a lock on there. Do that. And that's kind of what we're dealing with, guys. It's kind of dirty in here. I need to sweep, but yeah. 8 by 7.5. And you could hang things from here. I could put that shelf right there, but I'm going to put, I measured it out. I have 2 of those 7-foot racks on each side. Thinking that's the best course of action. And of course, pretty high ceiling. What do you guys think? Did we do okay? So that's our project. Now it seems a lot smaller than what it actually is, and I think it's going to hold one of those large husky racks. 2 of them, actually, 1 on each side, and it's tall enough, but it may have to come out from the walls a little bit. So if it's only 7.5 wide, that's only going to leave us about maybe 2.5, 3 feet max in the middle. Or do I just go without racks? Now that's something she's like, no, I don't know.
My suggestion is that we put the plastic ones in there because they're smaller, and those husky shelves are huge.
But they'll fit. I measured them.
I understand, but you're not going to be able to walk around. I know how you feel those racks, and there's no way.
So that's the dilemma here. And the whole point, why do you have that? And the whole point is to get rid of the storage unit. Now, the storage unit that I have, I'm going to have to just clear out and blow stuff out. Stuff that I'm not going to mess with. I know Archie's going to come over tomorrow. He's going to help me with some of the things. He likes to do these marketplace sales. So we're going to work things out. He does the live selling online with like a lot of those smaller auto parts. So the goal for me is to pick out things that are going to be just money. If I can find the money in there, the questionable stuff like, oh, this is broken, maybe I could have parted it out, but I ain't going to waste my time with it right now. Not to say I'm not going to be parting things out, because I do all the time. It's right now about maximizing my space that I do have. And also I'm going to be, probably not this next weekend because I'll be gone one of the days, but the weekend after that, I'm going to pull out this entire setup here with my garage, and I'm going to rework it with the racks from the storage unit. So maybe I have to keep the storage unit one more week. Maybe. I don't know quite yet.
We'll play that by ear. I just really think that...
one more month, not one more week.
I just think that in all reality, those huskies are going to be way too big for that space. Because keep in mind, too, that we're not just taking the stuff from the storage unit and putting it in this little storage shed, because it's not big enough. We are moving our personal items that we store, like Christmas decorations, various other items. We're going to pull those out of the garage, put them in. Yes, we are. I'm going to get my way on this. Yes, because that's the whole point of this. And we are going to be able to move some of the things that are inside the garage into that storage unit to replace what's in the storage unit and put it in the garage.
One thing she doesn't understand is I went in and installed one of those, it's a rack that attaches to the ceiling in your garage. And so we have a lot of the Christmas things in that. I have no use for that. That's a personal storage area that's already built in.
It could be useful. That's why you're not.
I know. I'm not a very business person.
You're so damn stubborn.
I have an idea what I want to do, and it doesn't align with what she wants to do. So therefore, because it's not in line with what she wants to do, therefore I'm stubborn.
No, you are always stubborn.
I think you're kind of stubborn on this right now, because I've done a lot more thinking about it than you have. But with that said, if it's more about you getting your way than my functionality, then we've got a problem.
No, we'll figure this
out.
So
because it's got to be functional for the business. That's the whole point of doing any and all of this. So I apologize for that. Now, so I want to know what you guys think down below. If you guys think that's something that
Are we still on? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, of course
Sorry.
we're still on.
I thought it was.
Yeah, they got to hear all that.
Gonna be a divorce over
So, I mean,
he
look,
is stubborn
I'm
as a
putting
mule.
a lot
He is.
of energy into this whole thing, and so to be told that it's not going to happen, it's like no. Nonetheless, Keith's received a message. This is Pitco. He received a message, and here is what it reads. So I'll kind of read it. This is from his session at eBay Open a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Board of Directors wishes to express its sincere thanks for the exceptional engagement and thoughtful feedback provided during the recent Reseller live stream event. So our live stream on Friday, right? Oh. While we were unable to view the live broadcast, we have since watched the full recording as aired on the Flippin' Ain't Easy channel, titled Post eBay 2025, Does eBay Really Care About Its Sellers?, which aired on Friday. We found the session highly constructive and productive. The collective insights shared by the seller community are invaluable to our strategic planning, and we have taken detailed notes to be presented and discussed at our next meeting. Following a preliminary review of the core concerns raised, the board has identified a key area of focus that we believe warrants immediate attention. Here it goes. Enhancing transparency.
No way.
Regarding site-wide maintenance schedules and service status updates. Our goal is to drastically improve how we communicate crucial operational information that directly impacts your ability to trade effectively. To address this, we are proposing the development of a dedicated seller service status portal. This potential new feature would serve as a single centralized source of truth for all planned maintenance, current system performance status, and any unexpected service interruptions. We must, however, set clear expectations regarding the path forward. While we are strongly motivated by your input, we cannot guarantee that this proposal will be actioned, okay, as it requires extensive resource allocation and technical review. Furthermore, should this initiative be approved by the next seller meeting, its implementation will be initialized exclusively on the eBay UK site. Well, that sucks. Well, good for you guys in the UK, but okay, at least part of eBay is listening. We acknowledge the close relationship between UK site and the broader US platform. However, we are primarily mandated to address the concerns of our UK seller base. Therefore, there are no guarantees that this feature will be implemented in the US. We can, however, provide an addendum outlining our proposal and its merits to our U.S. counterparts to see if it's an area they might wish to explore in parallel. Please note that this is an ongoing deliberation process. Further internal discussions, feasibility studies, and potentially additional meetings will be required before any final decision on implementation, scope, or timeline that can be made. We appreciate your patience as we navigate these steps, and thank you once again for your dedication to the eBay community. Sincerely, and then he left that blocked out. That is a step. That is a first step. Now, I'm disappointed it's starting with UK eBay, but at least it's a start. And you cannot change what you cannot acknowledge. The fact that this message acknowledges there's a problem is the first step. Now, I know that there's a lot of you that are like, well, I need to be a little bit better than that. I need more than acknowledgement. But look, if they know it's an issue to the sellers, and I don't know why they didn't know it was before, then it gives them something to work with. So kudos to you, eBay UK, for getting out in front of this. And I mean, we just had this conversation Friday evening. It's now Monday.
Yeah, that's wild.
And for them to say, hey, we met, we're going to act on this, we can't make any promises, but it's on our radar. I think that's pretty awesome. So, so far so good, eBay. Kudos to you for not only doing that, but getting back to Keith in a timely manner.
Yeah,
and
the acknowledgement. I tell my kids this all the time. If I send you a message, even if I'm not asking you a question, just acknowledge me. Acknowledge me with a, I don't care what it is. Just acknowledgement is a sign that something was implanted in their brain.
Jackie Bleckner says, hi all. Nice to see you, Jackie. Gail says, I tried Amazon, ordered it, pictured item I wanted, but sent me replacement, which can't use because of design changes.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was returned. Okay. Casey, New York says, I mentioned this a while ago, before you went to eBay Open, that payment holds will be implemented on everyone's account.
Yeah.
ETA site-wide was middle of 2026.
Yeah.
Yet you knew that, but the head of trust and safety didn't. And I read people fairly well. I mean, you learn to do that playing cards and poker, and you learn when people are nervous, when people are lying to you, and the things that they tend to do when they're not being honest. This guy seemed 100% genuine and kind of like, wait, what do you mean that there's a hold on this account? There shouldn't be a hold on this account, maybe for that transaction, but not for, going forward, all transactions on that account. So he really seemed genuine. So it's just strange to me. So now eBay is controlling our money.
Yep.
For some accounts right now, yeah. Duncan says, if they start this paid 3 days after confirmed delivery bullshit with me, then I'm bailing out. But that's the see, that's the answer a lot of people are going to have, is that I'm out.
Right, but are you really?
Right. So what does out mean? Where do you go? So out means I'm going back to my 9 to 5, or I'm going to find a job. So this is BS. I don't want to deal with it anymore. That's out, I guess. If out is I'm going to start putting all my stuff on Poshmark or Mercari or Depop.
Vinted for those in the UK.
Good luck with that. Now, some can do Vinted because Vinted actually has a good chunk of the marketplace for the clothing out in UK. But Poshmark doesn't have the marketplace cornered for clothing. It's good to supplement your income with Poshmark if you're a clothing seller. Don't just have all your clothes on eBay, but to say I'm going to shut my eBay store down and just focus on Poshmark, you're going to be leaving a lot on the table. The reason why people still sell on eBay, despite all the glitches and the problems and the headaches, is because the buyer base is still there and it's still a viable place to make money. That's why it kind of cracks me up. People are like, oh, you're still selling on Feebay, or you're still dealing with eBay. eBay's dead. I don't know why you're messing with it. I'll tell you why I'm messing with it, because the money still spends. It still hits my account every Tuesday. Actually, Wednesday, really. They send it every Tuesday. And I haven't had issues with it. It's a place to make money. You just got to understand that there's headaches, and once you've understood that and accepted it, then it's easier to navigate and deal with. Mm-hmm. So this whole change, it's going to suck. We're going to be 2 to 3 weeks behind. We're going to have to dip into money that's sitting in the funds so that once the money comes in from the delayed delivery payments, we're going to be able to make it okay. It's going to suck, but how many people out there aren't going to even be able to make that? It's 2 weeks without getting any kind of payment. Is that something you're going to be able to deal with? Can your business sustain that? Mm-hmm. And I agree with this statement. eBay don't like flipping ain't easy channel.
That's a fact.
I got to tell you, look, kudos to whoever was that was on the UK board that actually, they weren't with us on the live, but they watched it after the fact. I wasn't all that pro eBay. I wasn't. I was putting it out there, and it does come off as me coming off as someone that's just a negative Nancy. Complaining, and they don't want to deal with anyone like that. But at the end of the day, we collectively have to put our concerns out there for to share with the folks that are watching, and hopefully if eBay's watching, they can then see that it's not just two guys getting together to complain about eBay. There's all the other comments too that support what we're saying.
Right.
Let's see. Yes, Devon says sellers are going to be pissed. It's
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be a huge story for 2026 if that's the plan.
I can tell you, I can actually name a few people that will no longer be able to do that, to sell on eBay anymore because of that fact. They literally depend on that payment, whether it's the instant payment, or the once a week payment. They literally live paycheck to paycheck, and that's what you're getting every time your money gets deposited, and they're not going to be able to do it.
So how does this work? Duncan says, I don't even track my own stuff. How are they going to confirm delivery? So some of you guys who use methods that don't require a tracking number, how's that even going to work? I don't know. What? You have to wait 30 days or a buyer positive feedback before that happens? I don't know. A year again says Poshmark does this and I get my funds within a week. This includes shipping and delivery since they went to Ground Advantage. So what if we ship priority? Why 4 weeks? Well, I'm only saying 4 weeks in the case of, okay, I have this item and I'm shipping it to our favorite place, Puerto Rico. And you guys know, or for those of you on the East Coast, you're shipping it to Hawaii, right? So you're sitting at Grand Advantage. You know that it's going to be put on a boat and it's going to trek its way over to the island and then, shipped out to the customer at that point. It isn't a 3 to 5 days type situation. And a lot of times the item gets lost in the shuffle and it takes maybe an extra week or two, and now you're into it for 3 weeks. So I'm not saying the average case is going to be 3 to 4 weeks, but in some cases you can find that your item gets stuck and not delivered, and it just turns out it's your most expensive item or something like that. And now you're thinking about it, you're waiting on it, it's causing a pain point for some. And I think we just need to develop a process to get out in front of it by stashing money and putting it aside so that you can at least be a week or two ahead, not necessarily a month, but a week or two ahead of where you were before.
Yeah.
Megan Farrell's with us, driving home crew in listening mode. Hi guys, nice to see you.
Hello, Megan. Drive safely, please.
Ping G says hello, John and Jenna, and the chat. Nice
Hi,
to see you, Ping. We got Biff with us. What did they say about shipments that don't have tracking? Sometimes eBay standard envelopes slip through without getting a delivery confirmation scan and any scan at all. Mm-hmm. It may not even be implemented towards those sellers. And if something is implemented towards those sellers, it may be like I described. You have X amount of days before where eBay gives you that automatic feedback. That might trigger the payment, or the buyer getting the item and putting a feedback. And then I can see sellers, hitting up buyers to please leave feedback, right? Ryan Hess says maybe they are trying to keep their place in the market safe for their shareholders.
I'm so tired of hearing about their shareholders. I mean, I know they're necessary, but my God.
Maybe, you have a bunch of folks sitting around in a boardroom, not necessarily the shareholders, but higher ups at eBay saying, there's a misconception that, our marketplace is not safe. So how do we shore it up for maybe some concerned shareholders, and so maybe these are things we should implement. But it's like fixing a problem that's not there.
How is that going to benefit a shareholder?
Because sometimes shareholders think that they have, the ear of somebody and they want to see their investment do better. And so therefore they're going to, they're not sellers at all, but they're going to give their advice to try to improve the product. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's no different than how we used to deal with Amtrak, and there's concerned people that had no business being on the board of directors at all, making decisions. Yes. And this could be one of those things. Angel says, can you do a video on how to be an eBay seller in this present time period we are living in? I want to be an eBay seller and look up to y'all. It's really it's not easy on, there's things that make it a pain in the ass, reselling, but the basics are so simple. So it's buying good stuff, buying as cheap as possible. and using your references when you do that, your 90-day solds and your Terapeak to give you an idea. It's not a concrete, it's I could buy it for 10 and sell it for 100 because someone did, but it'll give you an idea. And doing that over and over again, and finding that what works and what doesn't. So when you first start, you're going to make the mistakes that you shouldn't be making in year 5 or 10. So, and watching these videos, not just my channel, but other channels, to get ideas and to learn from mistakes that even people that have been doing it for years are doing, it'll help you get through some of the pain points that just being on eBay Island would present. So just keep watching is all I can say.
Yeah.
Brent says, I don't disagree with the communication aspect, but Depop, Grail, and Posh hold funds until 3 days after delivery. And I really do think that eBay is seeing all these sites that are holding the money. You don't get the money released until the money shows as received, and then it's released, right? But us sellers on eBay, we've been so spoiled and accustomed to the idea that we do everything that eBay says we're supposed to do. We have a top-rated account. We're not in any trouble. We don't have defects. We deliver on time. We have great feedback. That, the idea of being paid right away doesn't sound unrealistic. And, why would you punish the seller to be like these other platforms when maybe you're talking only about a few, maybe a small handful, not even 1% of the reselling population, the sellers are the problem childs here, the people that you would be considering this change for. I don't know. eBuyer's Choice says, hello everyone, hope you're having a great day.
Hello,
so far
hello.
so good. I had this sense of relief.
Oh man, we started this project on Saturday, putting together this beast, and
yeah, I mean, just okay, we do part of it. Okay, I'm putting it down. Really, the thing ain't really 100% right. I don't think. There's this. It comes with the floor piece, right? A couple pieces you got to put together to make up the floor, and then getting the damn wall pieces in. I mean, literally, can you imagine me, 51-year-old man, putting a wall piece in place, and you got to kick it to get it over, and then the corner piece you got to push over, and you got to get on it and hang.
It's literally in the direction says, what does it say? Hang on.
No, the video does.
Or okay, well, he's giving the directions because the manual
sucks
and the video do not say the same thing. So it's, oh my God, there were so many meltdowns, a lot of cuss words.
And a lot of, okay, it's either this piece is going to snap in half or I'm going to the hospital or whatever, but it's going in.
Yeah.
And I think one time
there was one time he got so pissed off that he literally became Hulk Hogan and just, but it snapped into place.
But I got to tell you, when I was done with that, 2 to 3 hours of messing with it, I was dead. Mm-hmm. My body right now is just sore.
I literally took a hot shower last night for over an hour because my body hurts so bad. I mean, his is probably worse, but with me having the issues that I do have, I am not a good person to be doing this stuff.
Yeah, it was. And it was just fighting with this thing. And it's like, you know what? I could care less. I'm just going to go to the next step. And if it doesn't go into place, it doesn't go into place.
Yeah, we got to a point where we're just like, forget it. If it doesn't line up, it'll have to just work.
I ran out of F's yesterday afternoon. So, Time to Sell Collectibles says, hello, John, Jenna, and FAE viewers. It's a wet, damp Monday here in Maryland, also known as moist.
Really? I expect that from Beard, not you.
He's not here, so someone's got to take care of it. Jimmy Crack Corn, these hold completely ruined my business.
That's what I'm saying. It really could throw some people off of eBay.
But if it's not affecting you yet, what can you do now to get in front of it? I guess is because see, look, we can't.
Well, he's been having it since February.
Right. Right. So how do we learn from what Jimmy went through? Jimmy, how did it ruin your business? I want to know, legitimately. This is something we can all learn from.
He does state right here.
Okay, I'll get down to that. So I kind of want to know how it hurt your business, and this is a channel where we've got to figure out where this is what eBay's doing, and for each of our own businesses, how is it going to affect us? And if there is some kind of an impact on that business, what can you do to get out in front of it to see that pothole in the road and navigate around it? So, that's odd. Okay, let's see if we can get to Jimmy. He says, I've been selling strong for 2+ years on my account, and they started implementing this on my account since February. I can tell you that my biz went from a well-oiled machine to barely surviving.
Oh my God. That scares the shit out of me.
So what is the thing that, I mean, yes, we know that the money not flowing in a timely manner is it, but what about that made you feel like your business was on the edge?
Yeah. I'd love to hear, because, I mean, obviously we use this business as it's our livelihood. It's our everything. We pay everything with this money. So, we have money in the bank. However, I'm afraid that, come for instance, our Q4 is always slow. Like, you guys get some of you get a summer slowdown. We don't get a summer slowdown. It's the best time of year for us. So what happens to Q4 for us when there's no money coming in?
Well,
or it's trickling in,
Let's talk about that. So you guys know we not for bragging purposes or anything like that, but for purposes of just showing you guys that we're not some yahoo, and most of you guys know that, but there are people that do watch that are new viewers. We're not the kind of seller that's going to come on here and tell you this is great, eBay's great, we're making millions of dollars. No, we're just going to show you what we do, and maybe different than what you do, how we get there, but there's so many ways to get there. But we like to give you at least our progress throughout the year. This is something we've been doing since the beginning of the year, so we'll keep doing it here. So this is on the main account for January 1. So total sales so far from January 1 through October 13th is $119,668. We are up 6.4%. At one point near the end of summer, we were almost at zero. So we're actually going up there. The number of items sold, it's now in the positive. We're chasing that number where we were underneath last year. We've actually sold more items now this year than as compared to last year. And we're at $75.98 in our ASP, which is up 5.8%. So it's a rough 6% increase year over year. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty optimistic about the way Q4 is going to be, because it's kind of all over the place. I mean, you got this. I mean, we had an outstanding Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And no, I have not touched shipping.
Yeah, so we have that to ship tonight, right? So that's tonight on the main account. Now, if we jump over to, I don't know where the hell is this. Why is it not showing up for me? But if we jump over to it wants to give me uh-ohs. You guys notice that? It tells you uh-oh. Oh, it's not. Let me jump out of here real quick. Bear with me, guys. So the secondary account is something I've been working on trying to build up to help supplement the sales on the main account. So the last few days on the main account, 250 here, 250 there, 350 today. But what we've done with the secondary account is allowed an extra place to, I'll show you right here, to improve our sales. So back, I think this was Thursday, we had almost wild. A $500 day. We have 190 on Thursday. Oh, so Wednesday was almost a $500 day. Thursday was 190. Friday 89. 65 Saturday. 121 Sunday. Today 261.
Oh.
And if you add those things together, we're up 87.2% over the last 30 days. So if we're looking at our 30-day period, we're at $4,600 on this account. And mind you, this is what sales are.
Yeah.
It's not what we're getting. We're getting about 45 to 48% of that. So you have 133 items sold with a much lower ASP, because you got to remember, we're putting a lot of the just more random stuff on that account, but we're adding. So I've been playing this game where if I'm able to find something for $1, I'm going to put it on this account. And if I can, work my magic and get a $50, $60, $70 item that only cost me $1, I'm going to put it on the secondary account and start adding higher ticket stuff than just parts and clothing and things that would never go on my main account. So it's two different stores that we're dealing with here. We're probably going to crack easily the $200,000 mark in sales between the two accounts by the end of the year. So that's kind of our strategy. So sales, I'm hopeful that it looks like at least that Q4 is trending in a much better direction. We got Andre Squaw.
Hello.
Nice to see you. See, there's some side talk. Time to Sell Collectible says, my Columbus Day weekend was a washout. Golf outing rescheduled to next Sunday. Another weekend trip to New Jersey.
Oh.
So, did play 9 holes. This is my Saturday. Got up, did some listing. Went and played. Was going to play 18. I played so bad, I forgot to buy golf balls. So I ran out of golf. I had 2 golf balls. I'm like, am I going to try to make 9 holes with only 2 golf balls? Or am I just calling it a day? Because I had to go over to, I bought that shit at Sam's Club. Went over to that. They loaded 2 huge boxes in my vehicle when I bought it. And I took the side streets because I couldn't shut my hatch. Got it home. And I'm like, there ain't no way in hell I'm lifting these 2 boxes that required a forklift to get them even close to my car. So what did we do? We went in and opened these boxes from the car and started pulling out piece by piece by piece out of the box and taking it to the patio, which is probably the smartest play. Cause
yeah, I think so. I think you'd be dumb to try to do it any other way.
We'd still be trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Work smarter, not harder.
Dixie Flipper says, hi, FA family. I hope everyone is doing well.
Hello.
We're doing great. How are you guys doing out there in St. George? Travis in Dallas says, why don't they just say it? We make more interest if we have your money longer. We want people to ship faster and use priority to get orders to customers quicker. They act like we're stupid.
Yeah.
It's just look, who here would, I think we'd all be somewhat disappointed if, okay, we're going to be following the model of Poshmark and Mercari, where your item has to be shipped and received 3 days later. We see there's no issue with it. You're getting your money. Okay, I think we'd all be disappointed in that. But if they came out and were just straight with us and said, look, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. This is why we're doing it. If you want to sell here, it's not up for vote. This is simply what we're giving you guys a heads up. Why is it a good idea to give people a heads up? Because to spring something like this would be unfair for certain smaller resellers. I think.
In Q4, I mean, come on.
I mean, any Q. I mean, Q1 of 2026.
Well, I know, I agree 100%, but I mean, just for, I literally can think of one person in my mind right now who is absolutely shitting their pants.
Do we know?
No, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Harbor's Hope. Ron says, how long is the hold? Well, the hold would be until your item is delivered. You have, 3 days?
3 days after the item is delivered.
Petition a strike, John. We have no power as sellers. You're never going to get... See, the problem with striking on anything is you're never going to get what you need for the strike to work. You need at least 75% of the sellers, if not more, to cooperate with that. Knowing that the others are just going to take advantage of, wow, there's no one here to sell, I'm going to just kill it right now. Yeah. Why would I stop selling? Yeah. And are okay with waiting for the money. So you're never going to get a collective action without some kind of collective union And we all know that there is no way to form any kind of a collective union on eBay. It's just not a possibility. Most people who watch, the number of sellers that watch eBay content on YouTube
are only a very small fraction.
Or, I don't want to say a small fraction, but it's not the majority. I can tell you that. Record Crate says, Happy Monday. Nice to see you.
Happy Monday. And today is our daughter's birthday. I was going to say how old she is. It'll just make us look bad.
She's 20 years younger than I am. So
Happy birthday, Kelly. We love you.
Time to sell collectibles. Starting to see eBay auto feedback. Order delivered on time with no issues. Yeah, it'll show that in your overview, but it won't show that in your feedback. It'll show the number increase in your feedback, but the only actual written feedback is from actual buyers. Let's see. Duncan says payments hold so they can invest their money and live off the interest. I mean, look, they're always looking for ways to increase their bottom line, right? So here we go. eBay a bank now. I mean, they're not really, but kinda.
They're acting like it. They're running their business that way.
Let's see. Janet Hader says, for about 4 months, I've been getting random cha-chings. Check my store, no changes. Is this happening to anyone else?
Random cha-ching?
Well, I got a cha-ching the other day, but no payment. And then I went to look, and it's still pending payment. So I don't know if there has to be an issue with the buyer's bank or card. Maybe they used an old card or whatever. Mark Sudek says, it's so they can hold our money long as they get it. Yeah. Travis says, to me, it just feels like they're trying to be sneaky. Like they need to hide things from us. As sellers, we should be treated more like partners. Just be open and honest with us. Yeah. Like partners that are like the silent partner thing. You know, you have people who invest as a silent partner. They invest their money. They receive the proceeds from that investment when it's time to cash in, but they don't chime in.
Yeah, they want us completely silent and in agreement with everything they do.
Yeah. Look, we're not. I accepted this a long time ago that sellers cannot directly change the things that eBay has decided to do, but collectively, we can voice our opinions through channels like this, and hopefully, if we have the ear of people like in the UK that are on the board, they can now be able to bring that topic up and maybe share why it's having that voice, I guess. And so that's why these channels are so important, I think. Duncan says, my guess, so many drop shippers on the platform causing payment holds for everyone. Imagine a drop shipper having to wait for their money.
You know, that was kind of an idea I thought about too, is I don't know how it will affect drop shippers, but
drop shippers are what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to use their credit cards, or maybe they have money already in the bank, so maybe that fund, they can just utilize that fund so it's not hurting them. A lot of them use credit cards for the points anyway, so they put it on a credit card, they get 5% cash back, and that's in addition to their 5 or 10% margin. Maybe they all kinds of collective things. They're using the cashback websites too that pop up. I don't know if you guys have it. I forgot what's one called Frugal or whatever. It'll say, oh, if you buy on eBay, we'll give you 5% back or 3% back. So they're doing all these things, and then at the
Fetch.
Well, that's Fetch. One of them. But I have Frugal. One's called Frugal, and one's also like I think Capital One has their own. Where if the thing pops up, you opt in as a buyer, and when you're drop shipping, you're buying on behalf of the person who hit you up to buy that item, right? So you're going on there, you're buying it, so you're cashing in all these things later on down the road anyway as a drop shipper. So maybe that's kind of the ones that have the money in the bank are going to be able to survive regardless, and the ones
not
that
to
don't.
mention the fact that you have to pay for the labels.
You have to pay for the labels, but if you as a regular seller, not necessarily a drop shipper.
No, I'm not. Okay. No, so, I'm off. I moved on.
So as that's going to be something that each one is going to have to figure out. Maybe it's you're going to have to get a dedicated credit card. I hate to say that, and I hate to say that, but maybe it's, if you are disciplined, don't do it if you're not, but if you find a credit card that gives you at least like 2% cash back, and start buying your labels through like Pirate Ship, and then you're uploading the labels, because you can link your Pirate Ship to eBay, so it automatically updates your tracking for you. And then now you're getting 2% on all that money that you can then, at the end of the month, you're paying in full, pay off the card, and you make a little bit off of that shipping. Maybe you're taking advantage of what eBay's doing to you by getting 2% more at the end of the month by changing your process.
I guess that's why we have this channel, is so that when, things like this get implemented, it's kind of like giving you a heads up of, you really need to start thinking ahead of the game, because
Paul Rose says, hi, John, Jenna, and FAE clan. Nice to see you, Paul.
Hello.
So, Spam, my message to you here, you said eBay should at least allow a seller to appeal their decision to hold funds, but I think what's happened, it's more of bad timing. I think whoever's deciding this on your behalf has figured it's going to roll out to everyone anyway, so there's really not a need to undo this when eventually they're going to be part of it anyway, right? So you're part of the early adopters when it comes to this policy, and it just so happened that your situation of what you sold triggered it early. If this was not, I'm just, it's becoming more and more clear to me what's happening here. If this is not going to be a thing, it would have already been removed.
Yeah, I mean, now that we sit back and we think about it a little more in detail, now that we are all hearing this news, that we knew it was coming, but we didn't know when or how or who. But maybe you guys were just in that list along with who else? Who was it earlier that said they've been doing it since February?
I don't remember.
Jimmy Crackhorn.
And I don't care.
That maybe you guys were in this, bucket of sellers that just so happened to be in the bucket, and it happened to you guys first. So, I don't know.
Duncan has a question for you. So, Jenna, if eBay puts this payment hold BS on your hot desert store, will you still sell or do Uber driving?
Oh, I'm not doing Uber driving ever.
No. See, again. it's a. No. We say it's her store, my store.
It's our store. It's just a way to differentiate in our minds which store is which and what items are where. If that makes sense.
See, as a reseller, it's the same thing. Anytime you're in sales, you should have some type of a buffer, some money put away. I know it's easier said than done, but we've been able to do it where we have some money put away, and if something goes wrong, we have 2-3 months that we can fall back on.
Yeah.
It sucks. I hate to...
The only reason we were doing the Uber driving in 2022 was because our business was in a very terrible state.
Yep.
And we had to make changes in order, to make our business better, if that makes sense. It was us and our business model, and we had to find other ways and other avenues to get product, good product, not just going to Goodwill and picking up what we could find, but to make what we make with liquidation. So, I mean, obviously, if I had to do Uber, I would, if we were in that kind of situation again. However, we do have a very nice cushion that we can hold on to, like when Q4s are slow,
Well, my goal is so that we never have to do that again.
Yeah.
And I literally bust my butt, and I guess you could say I sacrifice, time to just go watch TV or relax, but my mind is always focused on the business. I mean, there's no time where I'm not thinking about it. I mean, I don't know how to undo that. That's just kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Ron says it's very clear that they are just like a bank. The longer the hold the money, the more interest they make. It's very simple. Banks have done this for years.
Yep.
Yeah. Travis says eBay still has the money, so they would still have to reverse the funds. Yeah. Tess Cooks for You is with us. Nice to see you, Tess.
Hello.
And I haven't seen Charles in a while. Charles McBride says need to find other outlets to sell your goods, like flea markets, etc. You cannot count eBay for your future. Yeah. I think there's a future in eBay. I really do. I just think it's just different. It's just going to be, I think
it's just
spoiled. I think
it's another one of those implementations that God, I can't speak. Sorry, guys. eBay has
My name is Jan.
that eBay has thrown at us that we have to navigate around. I mean, we talk about glitches and all the things every day, every week. There's something, I feel like it's always something new, and we have to figure out how to maneuver and manage our business around these obstacles. It's just another one.
Remind me to get that soundbite. You get that soundbite.
Don't. I mean,
I am. Anytime we screw up, it's going to say, "My name is Jan." Anybody ever see that?
Hello, Susan.
Nice to see you, Susan.
See you.
We got Duncan.
Oh no. Wait,
what happened? I don't know. It went away.
Go back and click on it.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on. Actually, I missed something else too.
Oh.
So here is a super chat from Duncan.
Is the shed still standing? Yes.
Yes.
It's
Dennis
not
Phillies
going
pack
anywhere.
better to get her a KFC bucket. Hit the like 13 times for free on ads, crickets, and cicadas. Okay, my turn to do packing. Too hard to do it.
You can do it!
It's stubborn as a something.
As a mule.
Yes. Well, thank you for the super chat. I
Thank
appreciate
you, Duncan.
And we did get a membership, a gifted membership.
Thomas! It went to Devon.
Got a gifted membership, and we have videos and live streams we've done for members. So be sure to check that out. We're probably going to do another live stream here in the next, I'd say, week or so, where we get together and just look at stores and figure out what we could do better. So let's see. Michael Mullet says might have to put a 3-day hold on the mullet haircut. He's getting a hold on his mullet. So
the Crazy's life is here too.
The Crazy's
Hello.
life. Nice to see you. And Rad Relics, we and John's Love Shack. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That is a cool little shed. I like it, though.
It is a cool shed. I mean, I would... I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking.
Time to Sell Collectibles says, John has a new space for free USPS boxes.
No! If another shipment ever came to the door, I would probably cry.
Yeah, it's touted as being waterproof.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's good.
Waterproof, rust-proof, heat-proof, all the proofs.
It's like an acrylic plastic shed.
It's very dense.
S. Latina says, new scam to me. Approved buyer return request. eBay generates label. Buyer changes the label at a self-serve kiosk.
What?
And returns it to a P.O. box in his zip code. Tracking shows received same day as return sent. So what you have to do is you have to fight it, and you have to talk to someone on the phone and get a supervisor and say, look, now does this make any sense? They're 3 states over or more. They ship it out, they get it same day. I get it same day. That's not possible. Now, here's the thing. How do you know what they did with that label? Because it could be that they didn't change the label, that the USPS employee simply scanned it wrong. I've seen it where they, instead of having an acceptance scan, they put the delivery scan. And that this could be a screw up there. Casey New York says, nice shed. Yeah. Paul Ross says, nothing wrong with that, John. The shed, by the time you get to this. Yeah, you know it was going to be a 30-minute wait.
Liz
Morton from ValueAddedResource.net says,
hello.
eBay has been doing these holds until after delivery on some sellers for about a year. The policy about it has been in the payment terms of use since December of 2024.
Wow.
And that, to me, is even crazier. So this has been part of a longer plan, and yet trust and safety looked at me like that shouldn't be happening. Again, I know they didn't have an eBay open last year, but they had one this year. And why they couldn't say, look, here's some changes coming down the pike. You guys need to keep an eye out for. Be ready for it because that way it doesn't hurt your business. And that would be the reason why, so that sellers can better prepare themselves for these kind of changes. G. Gazzara says, sorry, John, I'm with Jenna on the plastic racks.
Thank you. See?
Paul Rose says, I don't see how holding the funds protects the seller, though, but disingenuous to say that. If a buyer is going to scam you, it won't change. If the seller is going to scam the buyer, it won't change.
Exactly. Yeah. That's my question.
Maybe getting the money back is a lot harder than we realize. So if the money is already sent to your account and maybe you stop selling and you're done, I'm out. I scammed, I'm out. Now getting the money unwound, maybe there's no money in that account to begin with or whatever, it's closed. It's been a pain point for, I don't know. I'm not sitting here making excuses for eBay. I'm just trying to figure out openly why this could be, Let's see. Harbor's Hope. Jen is correct on this one, but we all know, as stubborn as you are, you will do what you want to do.
Unless I put the
so nice of you guys.
Well, no, I can't put the things in by myself. I can't. I just can't. I have no physical strength because of my.
This isn't about being stubborn or being right. This
No,
is
it
about
is.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah.
It's about what's going to hold the most in the most organized way, but also what's going to allow me to get as much stuff out of that storage unit that has value to resell than just blowing it out. Because if we use a bunch of plastic shelves, it's going to cut into the amount of space that I have to stack these things. Because initially we're not using this storage.
You're not even going to be able to use the top rack on the Huskies.
You're not.
Okay.
So we're gonna figure it out. But we're gonna be open to what works best. So going in there, trying it out. I've already done the measurements. We'll see.
And I will take a video for you guys when we find out the final.
Liz Morton says, heading out for dinner soon, so we may not be able to stay for the whole thing, but happy to make a live for once. We're happy to have you.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here.
thank you for stopping in.
Let's see. Harbor Soap Ron says, get a bit bigger 2x4.
I'm serious. We even got a bat out, you guys. A baseball bat. And he literally had to use it.
So, Brad's glad he's single. So, let me ask you something. Do you not trust my judgment to run the business?
I do. However, you're always asking for suggestions or what do you think of this and what do you think of that? See, he knows. Archie knows just what I have to deal with. The stubbornness is on another level that I've never had to experience. And it's getting worse in your older age.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
It's really not.
See, he's stubborn
Biff
as
says,
hell.
Okay, you're right. Biff says, you always want to use some sort of shelving with storage. Otherwise, the thing you want is always going to be at the bottom of everything. Yes.
Yes. We are definitely, because that's exactly what I said to him when he said, well, maybe we don't put shelves in there and we just stack it. No. We are doing this the right way the first time, and we are organizing it with shelving. Plastic shelving.
Thomas says, listen to what she's saying about the shelves. Otherwise, you'll find yourself locked inside with your Huskies. Good.
That's what I'm saying.
Thank
you, Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat. She's more appreciative about what you said. And
I'm appreciative about what you said and the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Let's see. Thomas says, get your garden hose and spray the roof for a few minutes. My dad had one of those sheds that had a leak.
Oh.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. See, sometimes it's nice to share things out loud because you get other perspectives and suggestions.
Paul, what's for supper at midnight in the UK right now?
Supper at midnight? Who eats supper?
Paul's getting some supper. Susan says, John, just let Jenna have the shed. Not even that big. How much can you really put in there besides gives you more room on the garage? Then she can just go in there and get the things she needs. The idea is that it's going to, on a smaller level, replace the storage unit, which has a lot of things that are ready to sell and some that aren't so ready. You have to take it apart, you have to take it out of the box, make sure it's functional. And I don't know if I want to deal with all of that. So get the best stuff out of there and find the best way to stack it in this storage unit. It's not going to be anything that is already listed. That's going to be reserved for this garage. That's going to be more of, here are the items that I need to sell. It's in queue. It's a backup reserve stock for when I have a slow week when I do my normal sourcing, which, knock on particle board, hasn't happened yet.
Stay tuned.
Henri Squaw says, let's see if they actually follow through. That's eBay.
Yeah. That was my thought too.
And G Gazara likes the Craigslist Hunter T. Love it. It's one of my favorites. Michelle Kirkpatrick is with us. Nice to see you.
Hello, Michelle.
And then Liz says, happy to hear that they are taking the feedback, but he definitely isn't talking to someone actually on the board of directors.
The board, yeah.
But look, as long as we have someone's ear.
Right. I mean, to be honest, that an acknowledgement at the least is excellent. Meg!
Yeah, Lilac Seller Meg's with us.
Hello.
Nice to see you. JRKR1964 says, I think it's rude when people don't at least acknowledge a text.
Oh my God. It's my biggest pet peeve in the world.
Yep.
It's my biggest. And I have ingrained it into my children.
Pico says, I just hope they follow up with it, but I'll keep in contact with them to see where they're at in progress updates. That's if they just don't cut me off. But I did reply to the email, so we'll have to see.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they think, okay, one and done. Okay, we'll shut him up. We'll make him think that there's some actionable stuff here, and he'll go away. Yeah. Maybe. Michelle R says, hello, are you fabulous, fantastic friends?
Hello, Michelle.
Thank you for being here, Michelle. Yeah. Duncan says, if I'm out, I'll change to watching Netflix all day. No need to go back to a 9 to 5.
True. I knew he was going to say something like that.
JRKR says, payments keep getting worse. Used to transfer every day. Now they don't do it on weekends. Now rolling out payments after items are received.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah. Michael says, having issues with eBay AI removing my listings, saying that they're counterfeit or unauthorized reproductions. Really starting to worry. Honestly, no restrictions yet, but yeah, if you get enough of them, you can get into suspension.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Be very, very careful because they did suspend us.
This is why, in hindsight, it's very important to not just blow off. Okay, I got a warning.
Yeah, don't.
If it's legit, then just roll with it and learn from it. But if it's a warning that, like, no, this is not accurate, this is not correct, then you need to pursue it, because a warning comes a mark, a strike. So you get enough of those strikes, then you now are suspended. So it's better to be on level 1 than level 3, where they take your account and suspend you for 3 days. And now you're out of business for 3 days. And this happened where the first 2 warnings weren't legit. I got a 3rd warning for a different product for the similar warning. And then they suspended me, and I had to call and have a supervisor unwind it when the first 2 I had fought. And they actually even reinstated my listings from those first 2 warnings because they realized they screwed up. So that put a kibosh on the suspension, but it took me out of commission for a day. Yeah. Ken Dryden says, if a 2-week delay in payments kills your business, I think there's a bigger problem under the surface. Yeah. But that's just it, Ken. There's so many people that are living the equivalent of paycheck to paycheck. And look, I don't even begin to want to put myself, go there and to try to say, well, you're running your business wrong. I don't know what people are doing. Everyone's different. They have different situations. Maybe they're doing this business to supplement an already tough life where they're working a 9 to 5 and they really, really need this money to help prevent something from happening. Right. So we just we know our own situations, but I can't come on here and say that statement for myself because there are people out there who really are struggling right now.
Yeah.
Duncan says, so with payment delays of 3 days after delivery, you're going to have to manually check if you actually got paid for every item?
Yeah, and that's another thing, Duncan. I mean, we don't track our outgoing shipments unless there's a message from a buyer or we've gotten an email from eBay. We don't, once it's we're moving on. Like, our business is still flowing.
Well, eBay operates under this trust me bro thing, right? So
Yeah.
trust me, don't worry, you'll get your money. And how many times have people checked their invoices in the past and seen something wrong, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not enough to chase me way off the platform. Pitco says, yet sellers on Vinted are fine with Vinted holds as they know once you get established on there with regular sales, it works out.
Yeah, he was saying that there's a 14-day hold on Vinted.
Yeah. Michael says, glad to hear I'm not the only one dealing with it. I'm scared they're going to restrict me or something.
Yeah, just be very, very careful, Michael.
JR Care says, I assume they'll still be taking out money for shipping right away. Yeah, it'll be in a pending status, but it'll never leave and be moved to your available funds until that 3 days. And you guys know that if you go in and run a label on eBay Labels, it'll take the money you have from the pending.
Yeah.
Duncan says, Puerto Rico buyers love asking John for money to cover their installation fee and their gas tank.
And their gas, back and forth.
And wouldn't you know it, the two folks from Puerto Rico that opened the return requests that were shaking me down, their return request timed out after I sent them the label.
Sorry about your luck.
Wonder why they couldn't return that back. It's probably because the item, the part is in their car, and it works fine. Shopping with Cheryl says, I currently have a payment on weekly, and I thought about monthly, so my bank statements aren't as messy. That's why I don't do daily anymore. It's just too hard to follow.
Yeah.
Omri Squad, never had a removal for that until last month, and the items were very old listings. Yeah. Ken's Ben says this will hurt some people living on Social Security who have depended on the quick money.
Yes.
Look, there's people that no matter what they do, they just can't catch
ahead.
up.
They're not. I mean,
they can't. I mean, they're just literally living paycheck. That's hard for some to fathom, but when I look back to 3 years ago, and see that 3-4 month period where we were living paycheck to paycheck on eBay, the money we had in the bank dried up, and we had to get out there and drive to supplement our eBay, and this would have just pushed things. It would have made things a little bit more. I can't imagine this being implemented back then.
The stress level.
Jimmy says, I think eBay is broke. Why else would they be implementing this? Certainly not for safety reasons. I believe they have a lot of money in the bank. I do believe they have a lot of capital, but it's just they need to show profit. So what creative way can they come up with to get more money off of the seller? Charlie Brown says, speculation, do you think this will at some point tie into the fast payment without fee? With a fee. So you have, like, if you want to go on to, like PayPal, for instance, you can either request your money, which takes, like, for whatever reason, they slow roll it, so it takes 2 to 3 days to hit your bank account, or you can have it in 30 minutes. The technology's there, and they make money off of that. So maybe it'll push people to feel desperate enough to have to do that.
Yeah. Yes, Devon, today is a USPS holiday.
Columbus Day today. No
Today's no mail.
USPS mail. We did have FedEx deliver.
We do have FedEx. FedEx does pick up.
Michael Mullet, year 2032, eBay rolls out new policy where it gives buyers a modest weekly allowance to sell on their platform. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Time to Sell Collectibles says, is this eBay's way to get you to purchase their labels? I only ship with eBay labels and have not seen any holds on payment. Money process can be released once tracking is in carrier's hands. Maybe.
This is basically a beware. This could happen to you. And apparently it is going to be happening to everybody. Just like when they got rid of PayPal, when the managed payments, all the things that they do and have done throughout the years. This is your warning that this is coming to a seller account near you.
Biff says, it sounds like the shed assembly was the video we all needed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it would have been bleep, 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 bleep the whole time.
Duncan says, when they wake up tomorrow, the shed will be collapsed.
No, it
No,
won't.
it's not. It's solid. Shopping with Cheryl says, if you aren't cussing, then you will never get anything built with these Chinese instructions.
Yes, and even
Jeff.
Even Jeff.
We named him Jeff.
We named him Jeff.
Because he had some moments where it's like, my name is Jeff. So his name was Jeff.
On the video, because we looked it up on, we had to look it up on YouTube because there were parts in the manual that absolutely made no sense whatsoever. And so we were trying to get...
And he's all, using the screw. What screw? There's like 10 different
There's
size
like
screws.
15, there's so many different screws.
So yeah, that was fun.
I'm just glad that part's over.
Spam Banshee said, fund holds can definitely cause a hardship for some sellers. Health insurance or mortgage companies don't accept $40 payments till the bill is paid.
That's right.
Mike G says, I'm getting my 24 by 40 metal shed fitted to be a big office space.
Ooh.
Looking forward to moving it all amount of my clutter home.
Probably out of my home.
My wife has been gracious dealing with the clutter. Yeah. Graham Bates is starting late, watching at 1.75 speed. Don't do that. That puts me in a real quick chipmunk mode. I want to do that, so please slow it down.
Don't worry, you have time.
Because you're waiting for money while having to come out of pocket for shipping labels for new orders. Yeah.
And it's, I can't imagine someone like maybe yourself this happened to, where you had no idea that was happening, and all of a sudden now all of your items that you're shipping are on a hold for that long.
Sherlock's Cool Treasures. Good evening, John and Jenna. Nice to see you.
Hello, thank you.
Jimmy says, imagine having $2,000 to $6,000 tied up with eBay at any given point, waiting to get delivered, and then having to pay for new Hippies G labels for new orders.
Hippie G's.
Hippie G.
Hippie G.
Wolfman's with us. Nice to see you.
Hello.
And SCG Collectibles. eBay is all but dried up for me. Oh, that's sad.
That's awful.
I'm still a believer on eBay as far as that sales are there. I just think that there's a different answer for different sellers, because for what might work for one reseller is going to be totally different for someone else. Susan says, that reminds me of the time my husband and I put a greenhouse together. Did not make a happy marriage for a couple days. About to have a shed built on property. Yeah.
Yes. As we were finishing up this shed today, I said, man, we really should have paid somebody $100 and had them put it together. Yeah. Because had I not walked away several times, we probably would not be sitting right here together.
It wasn't that bad at all.
There were times where you were getting very frustrated.
I was. And
I was just trying to help.
I was getting frustrated at Jeff, not you. Oh. Mike G says, I'm down 35% same time last year. Been quite an adjustment. I've been used to 17,000 or more since last November. I'm on track for 13K this month. Ooh. This is I'm doing all my shopping now. 70 plus orders from the weekend shipping now. I'm trying my hardest. I'm half dead.
We are so tired. I know.
I'm seeing things now. I'm seeing things like
I'm
float on the
hungry.
screen.
I'm tired.
Yes, Jenna needs to ship some orders because she's not going to want to do it all tomorrow, do you?
No.
Jimmy says you go to pay your mortgage and then realize you're $1,000 or too short and can't pay it till orders are getting delivered. Meanwhile, your sourcing money is tied up too.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That this is a forewarning for what is happening or what is coming to you, whether it be next week, next month, or the beginning of next year. Who knows when it's going to be fully implemented?
Sherlock says, I think that is an excellent idea. Separate the tools/appliances from the somewhat everything store with the dollar cost items. Yeah. Things that aren't that big of a deal. If they're long tail, it's not going to hurt me. I'm more focused on trying to keep the main account with higher sell-through, higher conversion items than just something that might have sold a couple times in the last 90 days. For maybe $60-$70, I picked it up for $1, so I can have a lot of room to work with to come down in price. Biff says playing even a half a round or with just 2 golf balls is a lot of pressure. It is. It is. It even changes the way you play. It's like you're not taking a chance to hit it close to the water or whatever. And I just wasn't playing well to begin with. So I'm like, okay, I think it's time to call it because I have so much on my plate. Get an early jump on this shed. And that's exactly what I did.
Thank goodness we did. I'm kind of glad you didn't have any extra balls.
Devon says people do not get money right away. I guess listings slow down. If people aren't getting their money right away, maybe they have a back stock or whatever.
Maybe she's saying slow down on listing.
I don't know.
know.
Big Dre says I'm working on my plumbing right now because my kitchen sink sprung a leak. Not a plumber, but judging from what I'm looking at under here, neither was whoever connected the sink. That's right. Bubblegum. That works well.
Oh my god.
Paul Rose says, hi John. Yeah, John, having trouble closing my hatch too. Ha ha ha.
There's many times my hatch.
But this thing's like beeping at me. I'd come to a stop and then it would do this like alarm and beep at me. It's like, okay, I get it. The hatch isn't closed. Yeah. Jimmy says, honestly, the policy has caused me to send out orders later than when I can afford them.
Yeah.
They're affording the labels.
I'm so sorry, Jimmy. That's awful.
Ken's having great sales. My sales are up 360% year to date. Putting in work, keeping growing sustainably. There you go.
That's amazing.
That's what you want to do.
Wow.
Jimmy says getting paid right away is what gives eBay the competitive advantage over marketplaces like Posh and Etsy. If they implement it across the board, they will lose sellers en masse.
Yeah, I do agree.
So
Go ahead. I don't know if I agree about en masse, but I guess that's to be seen, right?
It's the slow boiling pot of water.
Yes.
If you put a frog in a pot of boiling water, they'll jump out, right? But if you put them in lukewarm water and then raise the temperature to boiling, it won't even realize it's getting fried.
Yeah.
Devon says, we as sellers using eBay labels pay out of pocket. Posh does not charge us in the beginning. They don't. Yeah. Posh doesn't. Honor Squad, well, I will be happy when my hubby starts getting paid again. He's working for free, and we can only hold out so long before we have to start drawing from retirement. So, it must be a government employee. Loving every minute of it. Says, how are sales over the weekend for your store? Saw some people that seem to be having a rough weekend. My sales were great. One of the best weekends I've had in 15 years. That's awesome. Our sales were just kind of spotty. I had 224, 230, and 344. Well, Friday was 349. So around $300 a day.
It was rather low for what we normally do on the weekends.
But if my floor days are 300 and my ceiling days are 1200, then I'm good with that. It's avoiding the 0 days. That's what we're trying to do. Yeah. Brenda says people who sell books using media mail are going to be waiting the longest for payment. Yeah, really. Either it's important to get paid right away or you're okay with waiting. John Rad Relic says eBay always wanting to implement the worst policies for sellers and best policies for buyers. We need the Mercari return policy. Ain't that right?
God, that's a joke.
James Jungle Safari says I use Fetch, also using Swag Bucks, My Points, Rakuten, and I buy with credit cards that give points cash back.
Yeah.
So as a reseller, you put that into play and you're very disciplined about it. So all the supplies you buy, all the labels that you buy, and in some cases, if you are sourcing online to where you're using your credit card, you could put your cost of goods through that to where you're getting like anywhere from 2 to 5% cash back. But you have to be disciplined. Don't run up a balance.
Yeah.
In it, Deflippant says I had not considered that drop shipping could be part of the reason why they're delaying payment. That's interesting. Could be a way to
It's definitely a thought. I mean, what else are we other than to speculate? Because we don't get told why anything is implemented.
So Jane Jungle Safari says I just checked on payments. Mine come out every Tuesday. It states I will get mine tomorrow, so maybe I'm not affected yet. Most sellers aren't affected yet.
Yeah.
But if the word is that sometime in 2026, then just notice that you're going to see a lot of the same complaints between now and then, and the last waves of it will be once it's announced.
Yeah, I mean, it could turn on tomorrow. I mean, it could turn on next week. We just don't know who's going. Maybe they're doing it in batches where, they're doing, these people here, and then they're going to do these people here next month, and then, and so on.
My G says, I've been using my eBay MasterCard and have been getting over 2,000 cash back for the last couple of years, close to 3,000 this year. This helps offset my cost and gives me a higher profit.
Yep.
So you could actually start this at the beginning of the year where you say, you know what, I'm going to utilize this cashback credit card, even if it's like a 2% cashback card, and use it for all your business expenses, your cost of goods, your labels, your supplies. Pay it off every month, but don't touch your rewards balance. And then you could take that rewards balance at the end of the year and have it like as a Christmas fund or something,
Yeah.
Underscore. Anyway, another reason some are not purchasing right now is the government shutdown. That could be.
Yes.
Mike says, I just wanted to let you know that I've been here. Think you missed my hello message. I was far from first today, trying to stay ahead of orders all day. I'm at 9 sales already, afraid to hit the like.
Oh.
Never be afraid to hit the like
Yeah,
button.
you can
It'll
do
just
it.
supplement your sales. But yeah, we lost a lot of the messages for whatever reason when we first came
Yeah.
on. So I'm sorry we missed your statement.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were here or not, but thanks for letting us know.
Mwah.
Susan, I funnel all my money through a business account. I also get reward points for purchases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grams and Pops. This is Graham says glitches happen everywhere.
Yep.
When we ran our Shopify store, we had lots of down periods.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's different when you have a Shopify. There's really no one to voice your concerns with, or AKA complain
I'm sure
to.
they had their own things to deal with.
Jimmy says there's no maneuvering around this. It sucks and feels like punishment.
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
Especially if you've been a good seller.
Right.
It's all fun and games until it happens to you.
It's all fun and games until you're trying to feed your family and you have no food in the house. Right. mean, you really have to. I mean, and I'm not saying that about us or you guys. I'm just saying, people have to be really wise and think ahead, because this is coming to a business,
an eBay account.
an eBay account near you. And Lord knows, Jimmy's gone through it. He's obviously felt some of this pain. And so don't fall into the same I didn't know and we had no idea it was happening. We're telling you now, you've got to prepare for these things. You really have to start having a backup plan or a fund or an account that you've been saving. It's just unfortunate, but it's the truth.
Amazon Seller 99, it's a power grab by eBay. If you have to wait 10 days for your money, it makes you more dependent on them, and it's harder to switch to other platforms.
Yeah, that's
Daniel
fact.
Oberholzer says, eBay told me that funds get released 30 days after the sale if there is no a complaint from the customer. If you get good feedback, then they take that as item received. In my case, at times, freight doesn't track.
Oh my God.
And we've got the goat with us.
What?
Got the goat right here. Praiseless Hunter. He's from Crystal Lake,
Hello,
Illinois.
Pete.
Nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in with us. Devon hurt her upper back.
Oh
Aging sucks.
no, girl, I feel you, because not only were we building a shed, but we were trimming a very large tree in the backyard. And yes, I did mention that if he's not careful, he could find himself in
That's
that
a nice doghouse.
as a doghouse.
That's a nice doghouse.
But yes, I was trimming a tree. He did most of the work, but I had to go in and put it all in trash bags. The bending over and oh my God, my body hurts so bad.
Definitely shelve the shed first, but plastic shelving deteriorates over time. Metal is definitely the way to go as long as it's going to be temperature controlled. If not, no AC, then yes, plastic. There will not be AC in there.
There will not be AC in there.
No.
And yes, those are definitely things that we're thinking about.
Steven says, Steven SNS Bargain Barn, I guess John needs to do a poll here with how to rearrange the shed.
Don't even do it.
No, it's not fair to do a poll, because it's sort of like doing a poll on how so-and-so should run their business, because we don't have all the details. It very well may be that plastic is the way we go, but I got to get in there and see. I got to really know more about what I'm keeping out of my storage unit
Yeah.
versus passing off to either Archie, maybe trying to sell locally, or putting out in my corner for large item pickup of all
Yeah.
things. Devon says, yes, it gets hot in Vegas. You have to be careful what you put in the shed. Yep.
Absolutely.
Michael says, just a heads up, guys, eBay's having an error when accepting offers right now. Oh, that's
Lord.
nice.
Well, there's 2 offers on that account right there.
No, it's not an offer.
Oh, that's not.
That's
oh.
my setup. Don't show
Don't
Keith.
tell Keith. But on my account, there were 2.
Okay. John says, when someone buys your item but the payment hasn't been received, how many days will you wait until you cancel the order? 4? I wait 4. I look at it as if they're having problems paying for it, they reach out. I'll give them as much time as they need. But if they don't even reach out saying, hey, I still want this item, or I'm having problems with my card or whatever, after 4 days, it's time to cancel it and get that thing back listed. And I believe it's, in some cases, eBay does still keep it listed. Devon says, I contacted eBay and had them remove. Took several attempts, but they're not prohibited or counterfeit. Another idea, though, guys, is the idea of cross-listing. And we're going to do a giveaway before we leave today.
We are?
Yeah, why not? We're
Oh.
going to do a giveaway for Treecat. And we're going to do a hat and a shirt. And we're going to pass it on to Treecat. And they're going to send it out to you guys. It's a cool shirt with their logo on it. And a nice hat. And if you guys like that kind of
I didn't know
thing.
we were doing it on this one.
We're going to do it on this one, darn
Okay.
it. And so,
Let's
look.
do it.
Consider, if you are selling on eBay, to get your items onto other platforms so your eggs aren't in the same basket, consider cross-listing. And what better program, in my opinion, we've tried a lot of them, is Treecat. So we're going to do this. I want to show you their little clip here, and then when we're done, we're going to start the process of the giveaway. You hear us talk about Treecat a lot on this channel. And yes, it's a cross-listing tool. They support eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. They just added Whatnot. So many features, like how about the ability to end your items if it sells on another platform? How about scheduled relist? So, even eBay doesn't offer that, where you can schedule an item to relist every so many days, weeks, or whatever it is. How about the ability to have a library of your listings, where eBay only keeps your listing 90 days. Treecat will keep your listings and your photos indefinitely. So they're adding new features all the time. And the cool thing right now, guys, is between now and the end of October, if you use my code FAE, you will get 2 months for free. That's right, 2 months for free. The cool thing is, if you decide to stay with Treecat, which I think you will, you only pay as you sell. So if you don't make many sales, you're not going to pay much. There's no monthly fees. There's no sign-up fees or anything like that. But use my code FAE to get 2 months for free. What are you waiting for? So I'm going to be doing something else too. So not only we're going to be giving away a hat, right? Today on this show, we're going to be giving a hat and a shirt. But I'm going to offer $100. I'm going to do a drawing. So if you happen to be one of the folks that sign up using my code down below, FAE, use the link down below. When you go to Treecat and use my affiliate code, you get the 2 months for free, and I get a list from Treecat of everyone who utilized that 2-month promotion. And if you're on that list, I'm going to give away a $100 gift card to one of those new signups. Now, I think it also applies for when I was actually, telling you guys about this a couple weeks ago with the 2-month free program. You have until the 31st of October to sign up. So 31st of October to sign up, and then in November, once I get the list, I will then, of people who signed up using that code, I will give one lucky viewer a $100 gift card that's coming out of my pocket. So yeah, probably like an Amazon gift card, but nonetheless, that's awesome. 2 months for free and a chance to win a gift card. And that part's not coming from Treecat.
Can I do it?
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
make up another account.
Okay, that wouldn't be fair to everyone else.
I know.
So do that if you guys get a chance. And I don't get on board with companies or products that we don't use ourselves or that we don't endorse ourselves, and we definitely endorse them. So In it to flip it says 4 days, John, but you can change it in your settings so that you require that payments are made immediately. That's the 4 days to cancel, because you can do that, and I have one that's still waiting payment, so I might have to go back and check that.
She wants to know
how did the 5-year-old offer deal go? The 5-year-old offer deal I'm still waiting for. I didn't send
we
a
haven't
message.
gotten a return.
So, when I was checking to see who I was dealing with, right? So I went in and I clicked into one of their listings, and wouldn't you know it, I got an offer from them. I have an offer from them.
No way.
I have an offer from them. I haven't
Wow.
deleted it either. I don't think I have. But I have. No, I think I might have deleted it.
It probably timed out.
Yeah, it probably did time out. But I was just going to hold on to it. But I did get an offer from them, and I didn't do anything with it. I just thought it was pretty funny. Let's see. Big Dre switched to monthly payments a few years ago, and as long as you prep for that, you get used to it, and this is way you could care less if eBay messes with your payments time schedule. Christopher Nutter says, hi. Nice to see you, Chris.
Hi, Christopher.
Amazon seller, waiting 2 more weeks for your money may not be a big deal for small sellers, but if you're running a business with overhead, rent, payroll, it's a big deal. Cash flow is everything in business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even small sellers, I think it's going to really affect small sellers. I mean, like I said, I can think of one person off the top of my head right now who is going to flip out.
Keith says, whenever eBay makes a change that sellers don't like, everyone ends up taking it on the board regardless, because really they got to, and then it just becomes the norm. Yeah, you gotta develop your processes around whatever that change is, and we have an opportunity to get out in front of it just in case it does. Yeah. From what everyone says, it sounds like it is. Daniel says, with holds, go into payment and look at on hold funds to see which sales are on hold. We did get a super chat from Jimmy Crackcorn.
Jimmy Crackcorn.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Jimmy. I work day and night shipping orders for eBay buyers, but they keep my money for weeks. My kids and I are paying the price. Please talk about this. I'm at my breaking point. I'm behind on everything.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You don't have to give us...
Yeah, and I felt bad that you gave a super chat, because this is something that, you could be utilizing towards your business.
Or your kids.
Yeah. But, it is
We
tough.
will continue to talk about it. It's definitely not going away anytime soon. We may not spend an entire 2-hour live on it, but we certainly will continue to bring it up or have it talked about, because it's very important. I mean, if we weren't in the position that we are in right now, say this was 2022 and we were driving Uber to make ends meet, I don't know what I would do. I take things, when little things or little changes affect our money, the stress level on the both of us goes up to the roof, and it's the worst state of mind to be in when your money is not where you need it to be.
Right.
It's awful. It's a terrible feeling, and I'm so sad that you're having to deal with it. I mean, it makes me very, very upset.
Shopping with Cheryl just got the sale from watching the show. Hit the like button. Get your sale, guys.
Yay!
Michael Mullet says, no, I did when I first started selling like everyone else, but once that short period was over, it never happened again for any reason. Yeah. Paul says, found out on Primo Stream that at 6'2" and I was actually saw this comment, 13.5 stone, I'm literally the perfect weight. Who knew I was perfect? But
you are perfect in our eyes, Paul.
You're not supposed to get stoned at 13.5. I'm just saying.
You forgot.
Basket noodle. What?
Hello.
How are you doing today? David says, I had to refund 150 quid battery. You can no longer send lithium batteries internationally. Oh. No, unless you want on that long boat ride.
Oh, Duncan has been camping.
Camping?
Camping? Where'd you go camping?
Duncan says, John and Jenny, get some rest and some KFC. I got to go post my sales in the post box, 10 minutes walk away. I made homemade tenders last night. Chicken tenders. So
I mean, they were yummy. Don't get me wrong, but he made a lot of them.
Yeah. Paul Rose, as the Steel Panther song is titled, it's a burden being wonderful. There you go. Time to sell collectibles. It just hit me that eBay wants you to use free shipping, then holds funds so you have no funds for shipping. Calculated shipping fees funds are available.
Right? It just keeps piling up.
I use calculated, guys.
Yeah.
Jane's Jungle Safaris. If anyone would like to learn about the cashback companies, feel free to ask me. I'm all about getting money back, especially these days.
Absolutely.
If you do it right and are responsible, it can supplement your business.
Yeah, it definitely helps a lot in the short term.
Yes, Kelly, make sure you put a lock in your shed. Yes,
Yes, we will be doing that, and we have a camera that we ordered that just got delivered.
It did get delivered.
Yes.
Oh, good. So we have a camera for our doorbell. We have a floodlight camera out front, and we have another floodlight camera for the back patio.
And we have a camera on our birdhouse that will be pointed straight at the shed.
So we need to have the whatever the finch land in front of the camera, so it activates the camera to say, "Oh, there's a finch eating your food," while the guy's breaking in the shed right at that moment.
No, that's not how it works.
That is the only way it's going to work.
No, I could go onto the camera and look at it just like
It's going to activate
even a
when you walk
security
out?
camera.
It's going to activate when you walk out?
Yes.
Okay, well. Rad Relic says, I wish a cross-lister would reach out to me so I could test it out and do a video on it.
Ooh, well.
Well, there you go.
Well?
Here you go. We do have cross-listers.
I thought you were going to do the giveaway.
We are.
Okay.
So why don't you...
Why don't I what?
Why don't you start it?
What am I having to do?
Well, you choose what the terms are. Is it going to be 1 through 300?
I didn't know I was doing this.
You
okay.
can do this.
Okay, number between 1 and 500.
Real quick, John, on that, I do know that if you hit up Treecat, if you make videos still, that they will certainly listen to you.
Absolutely.
So 1 to 300, guys. Go ahead and put it in the chat.
Didn't I say 500?
500?
500.
Oh wow, 1 to 500.
1 to 500
in the chat. The way this works is the first one to put that number owns that number.
I need to write down.
So don't put that number down. And don't put more than one number down because that disqualifies you. If we get into a tiebreaker situation and the numbers, let's say, is 3, and someone picked 1 and another person picked 5, the one that did not go over will be the winner. So the one will win. So is this the number you're writing down? Mm-hmm. Oh, we're not using.
Oh, you're gonna do.
No, we don't have to. You want?
Well, you just told me to pick a number.
No, I said this to go ahead and get it going.
Dear God, help me.
So let's do that. And why do you need any help anyway?
Oh, I need lots of help.
Okay, so we're gonna.
I got a stubborn mule right here.
I'm not a stubborn mule.
I do a lot of this.
Okay, so. Okay, give me a number between 1 and 5.
Paul said, John, you just looked at Jenna like you're losing it with the bird camera. I love my bird camera.
Okay, so let's see if this actually will comply. I'll do it through Grok so that you guys can see it.
Oh, well, that's why I wrote it.
Yes, Rad Relics. John's using his inside voice. Yes.
Wait, what?
I was using my inside voice.
When?
I don't know.
You
Fashion
don't have an
says,
inside
thanks for
voice."
letting me know. I did not know. I don't like it.
Neither do any of us.
But at the end of the day...
You can do it!
That's right.
Let's see. Trying to get some more of your comments here. Let's go down here. I'm just trying to get to some of the comments. You need gifts, books, goods and books. Says, hey, you two, I hope you're well. I'm in so late today. Was going to the store and someone left out a ton of clothes sorted through. Found some Jordans.
Nice.
Decent jackets and shirts to sell. There you go.
There you go. That's one heck of a find.
Keith says, I gave out 2 memberships, and John, don't forget, Mike tried to give some on Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
That's right.
Okay, so we're gonna.
You are absolutely
We're gonna do
correct.
it now. And if you did
Oh,
give
I
some
can't-
away, I didn't
you
see.
have to
Oh,
do-
you did. I'm sorry. We just jumped over it. So we
No,
have.
I was.
We got Susan. Got
There's
it.
another one.
Yeah,
Oh!
and Biff got it. So thank
Oh,
you,
look at
Keith.
that.
I'm sorry for not
Thanks.
seeing that. Darn
Totally.
it.
Well, thanks
just-
for saying it because we probably.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But thank you for for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
And those of you who are members,
Okay, so
you can
you
go to
have
the
to do
members
it.
tab and you can go in and.
oh
So
wait,
doing
you have
Super
to do
Chat.
it on StreamYard. You can't do it on.
On StreamYard? I'm not on StreamYard right now.
You have to open up your account or your eBay. That right there. Nope. Go back.
We've got to go to the video, right?
No. Right there.
Okay, that's the video.
Go to the dollar.
Okay, so we're going to do.
No.
It's not giving me the option. I can do a super chat. It's
No,
not gonna
I'll do it from my computer.
Okay, so she's going to give away 10 memberships, and that's from Mike from last week. So we'll do that. Let's see who else we have here before we start doing the giveaway. A lot of numbers, so we're kind of caught up in the chat anyway. Paul says, you asked about my gone midnight snack. It's 4 slices of toast with Ardennes pat grilled. Ardennes pate grilled. I don't know what Ardennes is. 2 slices with chocolate, hazelnut spread. I got the munchies. I'd say you do. You need says, can we say what Jenna wrote after as I want to see if I was close? You can, but it's not going to be a winner. We could do that. Susan says, I use Vendu, but always open to other places. Not really satisfied with them at the moment. Check out Treecat. I mean, look, here's the thing. It's not going to cost you anything unless you sell something. And you're going to get the first 2 months for free anyway. And that's going to start, the 2 months is going to start, it'll actually start November. So you get November and December for free. Why not set up your account in Q4 to have cross-listing as part of it? So we've got 20 memberships. We've got Graham Bates, Designs Laura, Grammys Miniatures, MG The Game 33SCC, Kate Picker, Kathy Aldridge, Annette Horn, Julie Cayley, Kathleen B, Christopher Nutter, Philip J. Fry, Kimberly Camacho, Dorothy Jean, Pot Grimm, and Willie D. Lucan Solat, Wellness Wisdom, Mountain Bee 23, and Ashburn Home. So awesome. Thank you guys for watching, because you guys watch, right? If you watch, maybe you never thought of being a member. Now you can get in and join us with our Wednesday roundtable lives where we have like 20 or 30 people. We're going over and looking at best practices for some of our listings and things that we're selling. And you can go back and check out some of the members only videos that I do make from time to time that will kind of do a deeper dive into what we're doing in our business and all that. So be sure to check that out as well. But let's get into it. I think Jenna got lost. She fell into her computer, but she'll be back here in a second. Oh, and guess who else got a membership? Alyssa, Baubles, Blings, and Needful Things. So we haven't seen her in a minute. So nice to see her, and we're happy to have her as a member as well. That's awesome. Exciting stuff. So let's see what Sutter's Mill says. eBay is using AI in potentially troubling ways, such as altering seller images without disclosure and summarizing seller-provided descriptions, which may lead to negative buyer experiences. It can. So we're going to see what eBay does with that. But as far as the drawing, I think let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm telling Grok, and here's Jenna, telling Grok to give me a number between 1 and 500. And I'm going to use the same session. Whoops, let me get over here.
I was watching the birds.
So it gave me no response the first time. I don't know why it didn't give me a response. So we'll try this again, Grok. This is no commercial for Grok. So here it is. Let me get this off the screen. Here it is. You guys ready? We're going to draw it. No response.
What?
Retry. We might have to use yours. Can you generate
Please generate
a number between, this is great AI, and 500? No
He
response.
says tell him to think harder.
Okay, I'm gonna try a different one here. Sorry guys.
Grok's on break or something.
Okay, we're gonna jump over to this one here, and I'm gonna go into comment. If I can get a new tab for this.
It's right there.
I know, but go to a new tab. I want it to.
Oh my god.
No, it's not working properly.
Nothing's
Why
working.
isn't it working
Nothing's
properly for
working.
me? It's really strange. I don't want to update anything. Wants to do scan links and all kinds of crap. Sorry guys, we're gonna get down to it.
So there was 20 memberships. Did you read them all out?
Oh, you know what? Because this is not the right browser. Hold on. Yes, I did read them out. I did read them all out. Okay, we're gonna do it this way, and I gotta close that out. Okay, so we have Comet. We'll do it. Generate a random number between 1 and 500, and put the result in large bold lettering so people can see. Okay, you guys ready? See if this says no response. Here we go. 297.
297. Okay.
297. There it is. That's the number. So Jenna's going to come up with the name of the winner based on 297. That sounds like a bowling score I used to hit a lot. I used to be called Mr. 297, believe it or not, before I actually threw 300s. Jacqueline B says, I'm definitely part of the rewatch crew. Awesome that you're here. That's awesome. Julie Kaylee says, thanks for the gift of the membership. You're welcome. Glad to have you aboard. Yeah, Paul, she went out to watch the bird cam. Right. Kimberly Camacho says, thanks for the membership. You're welcome. In it to flip it says, ditch Grok, Chat GPT-5 is way better. I'm actually using the Comet. I have a year on this browser where it's the coolest thing about it. It's an AI. I'm not trying to sell you on it or anything because there's a lot of things you got to be very careful with. But anything that you can do with the mouse and your keyboard, let's say to go into a specific program and to do the pricing part that it can't for you, hint, hint, and then to launch it once it's done, there you go.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
All right. So the winner is Denise Levinston. She had 299.
And the
Yeah,
actual
good
number
go.
that she wrote down was 313, but that's not the winner. The winner was 297.
297 and 299 for Denise. Congratulations.
Here's what you need to do, Denise. Flippin8easy2020@gmail.com.
What does Jackbox say?
Says exactly what it says.
Jackpot.
Oh.
So
that's stupid.
send me an email at flippin8easy2020@gmail.com, and we will forward. We just need to know your address, and we need to know the size shirt. So make sure you give the size shirt, and we will have Treecat send that over to you. And guys, get signed up for Treecat. 2 months for free, and get in that drawing. So do that.
Yay. Congratulations, Denise.
Yes, and then we have a few people who got in it to flip it. Just go with Jenna's number. Graham Bates, I'm still behind. Thanks for the gift membership.
Oh,
let's see.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So thank you. We got Michelle R as a member. So congratulations. I was so close to Jenna's number. Yeah.
You were.
But it was just practice, right? Because we can't have her writing down the number and going, well, that's fixed, right?
But I
told
wrote
so-and-so.
it down before you
I
even
wanted
did
you
that.
guys to see it
Okay.
live with the AI.
Whatever.
AI doesn't know. So we have a winner, and we want to thank you guys for being here. I think we're the real winners because you guys are here all the time. It's so awesome. You know, we fire up the live, and we see like there's 10 to 15 people sometimes waiting, and it's like, you guys are amazing. So thank you for being the best part of this channel. And, you know, I'm going to be putting out more videos now that I feel a little bit better. So that's why you really haven't heard from me. I've been trying to get myself right, and dealing with this whole shed mess too has not been fun either. But it's just yet another example of how flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day. Have a great start to your week.
Have a great week.
And we will talk to you guys here very soon.
We love you so much.
Take care.
You can do it! Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. Vero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. All resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. But flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that's within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks. The name with Scott and Josh. Flipping's more than a game. Chargebacks, returns, and lowball offers too. A Fero takedowns, they're a pain, what can we do? High selling fees, bad buys, and rude buyers galore. Flipping ain't easy, but we keep coming back for more. Oh, all resellers are gonna make mistakes. Learn from them, and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. Flipping ain't easy, by your side. Sourcing great items is the key to success. Subscribe to the channel and stand above the rest. Focus on the thing that's within your control. Hang with flipping ain't easy. Let's roll. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks, the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast Profit Playbooks, the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game.